What's up, everyone? So I just want to make this little quick video. I'll put this like at the start, before you guys see the actual video. So I just want to make this little video as like a quick disclaimer. Like, this video is not like a flex. Like, oh, look at this! I have all these Jim guitars. Now this is not what it is. I just wanted to share my collection with everyone. Everybody does these like collection videos, right? So I just wanted to share my collection. So fellow fans of Slipknot, fellow fans of Jim Root, can watch it and and share my joy, and we can have discussions about it. If you have these guitars as well, we can talk about it, trade pointers and views of these guitars that we have. And if you're someone who's not as fortunate as me to have these guitars, I just want to show you guys this so you guys can experience it with me. And if there's any questions that you have about these guitars, and I know, I'll answer it, and if there's things that I don't know, I'm sure that someone else in the comments can answer it too. So, it's kind of just to build a friendship, so all of us Slipknot fans, Jim fans can all come together in this place to all have fun, talk about it, trade pointers, trade experiences, and all that. So this is what it's all about. Again, it's not a flex. Oh, look at this, I have this, I'm rich. I'm not rich, okay? It's precisely because I have all these guitars and all these things, that's why I'm broke. I'm not rich, I'm just reckless. I'm just a reckless spender, so don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. It's not a flex. Just wanted to share with you guys, what I love. And if you guys are watching this video, it's probably what you love too. Because if you hate Jim Root, you're not gonna search Jim Root, right? Or if you hate guitars, you're not gonna search guitars, right? So if you're on this video, you probably love Jim Root, or you love Slipknot, or you love guitars. So I just wanted to unite all of us fans together to have somewhere, you guys can watch. If you guys don't watch, you guys can just comment, we can just have fun, have a chit chat and all that. So yeah, that's what this is about. So without further ado, let's get into the actual video. What's up, everyone? This is Bats3177 here, and today I want to make a special video. So today I'm gonna do this video of my updated full Jim Root guitar collection. So I did a video like this, I think a year back or maybe 2 years ago, I can't remember. But I did a video of my Jim Root collection, and obviously, I didn't have the white Strat then, the Charvels didn't come out then, and I've also added a few new guitars since then. So today I wanted to do like an updated video of the full collection. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before that, since I'm here, I just want to show you guys, I do have Jim Root's signature orange M head, and I got his signature cap. His signature cap is actually the main cap that I've been using. This is a bedroom setup, obviously. It's just lunchbox amps. This is just my bedroom. This is my bedroom. So this is just a bedroom setup. So I have a bunch of lunchbox amps around here, and I do have Jim Root's amp, and his cab is the main cab that I've been using this whole time. And I do have his picks here, and just want to show you guys, DVD, and I got this signed card, postcard, whatever, from the Fret 12 DVD. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Let's get to the guitars. All right, so we start with the Fender Jim Root Telecaster. So it was a little too quiet here, so I had to turn on one of the Slipknot live videos just to play in the background, just so there's some sounds. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for that. But anyways, so we start with the Fender Jim Root Telecaster. So this is the first signature model that Jim Root and Fender came up with. I believe it came out in 2008. I think so, yeah, I think it's 2008. But it's definitely my high school, because I remember during my high school days when these pictures of these first came out, and started using them, you can see videos on YouTube. I really wanted this. Like, this was my dream guitar. I'm like, I need one, like I want it. But obviously in high school, I'm not gonna afford like a guitar that costs like more than $1,000, so I couldn't get it. I had to wait till when I get older and I finally started working, making my own money, and I'm finally able to buy them, which is why I have all of them now. But yeah, so specs for the Jim Root Telly, Obviously, got the locking tuners, 12-inch fretboard radius. The white one has ebony fretboard, EMG A160 pickups, single volume knob, 3-way pickup selector switch, hardtail. And then as for the black one, it's exactly the same thing, except this one has a maple fretboard. So the one in the middle is actually my very first. So this was the one that I bought with like the money that I make from work, you know, like the very first one that I bought. So you know how Jim calls his, you know, like the first prototype telly that he got from Fender, his #1 telly. So this is my #1 telly. This is the first one that I bought, you know, as soon as I started working, making my own money, and finally afford one. This was the first one that I bought. And I played it a lot back then, you know, and well, I say back then, it wasn't even really that long ago, just a few years ago. But yeah, so I played it a lot. It was like my #1 guitar that I always play until I started getting like the other guitars. But yeah, so this past April, so it's June 2023 right now, you know, I'm filming this. So this past April, 2 months ago, April 2023, I had the privilege to see Slipknot in Sydney and Japan. So at Japan, I actually had the privilege to have Jim Root sign my #1 telly. So, which is why I'm retiring this guitar. I don't want to play it anymore. I don't want to mess up the signature or whatever. So I'm retiring this guitar. I don't want to play anymore. Which is why I got this one. So this is the guitar that I got to replace this one. I'm probably gonna change the pickups to like the Demonums as well, but for now it still has the stock 8160. So this was the guitar that I bought after I got this signed by Jim Root. This past April, I went ahead and bought another one used. I believe this is a, let's see, this is a 2018 model. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so this is the one that I got to replace that one because I just really wanted to have like a white telly to play. So yeah, got this one. So this one will never be played again. I don't want to ruin the signature. As for this one, so this one was discontinued by the time I could afford these guitars. So I had to, you know, really dig, really look. In the end, I found one on Reverb and I bought it. So the reason why this is so glossy, obviously it came in like a, you know, in a satin finish, matte finish. And you know, like all these finishes, you know, they will wear in time, you know, when you play it. But it's not gonna become like completely like glossed out like that, you know, unless you wrap your entire, you know. But so the reason why this is glossed out like that is because when I bought this from Reverb, it had a sticker shadow here. You know, the previous owner had put a sticker on it, and it looks really terrible. I hated it. I have OCD, so I went ahead to buff it out. And after you buff it out, the sticker is gone, but it's gonna be glossy here. So I decided to like, you know, like screw it. I'm just gonna like gloss out the whole, like just gonna buff out the whole thing to even it out. And you know, anyways, like the parts of the guitar was already glossed out like this anyways because of the previous owner has been playing it a lot. So I'm like, hey, might as well, you know. So I just glossed out the whole thing. You know, I didn't refinish it. Like I didn't put lacquer on it. Like I didn't, you know, refinish it into a gloss finish. It's still the original finish. I just buffed it out, and now it looks glossy. But yeah, so these are my Jim Root Telecasters. So yeah, now we move on to the Strats. So next up is the Fender Jim Root Stratocaster. So this one's my other dream guitar. I feel like every single one is my dream guitar. But no, seriously, so this came out in 2010 when I was still in high school. And similar to the Telly, I'm like, oh man, one day I need to have this. And now I do. At first, I really love the black one. And I didn't really like the white one that much. I was like, I really need to have the black one. But no, now that I have the white one, I actually really love the white one too. But yeah, so similar to the Telly, it came in two colors, black and white, obviously. One has a maple fretboard and one has the ebony fretboard. Only difference is this time it's a switch. Like for the Telly, the white one had the ebony and then the black one had the maple. So now the Strat is the opposite. So the black one has the ebony fretboard and the white one has the maple fretboard. So for specs, same thing. It has the locking tuners. You know, again, ebony fretboard. Well, not this one, but it has the EMG A160 pickups, stock. Single volume knob, 3-way pickup selector switch, hardtail. You know, only difference is this one has a compound radius, 12 to 16 inch. So for the black one, I switched it to the black EMG Demonin pickups. And then for the white one, I have like the stock pickup still on it. So obviously the white one is rare. It's long discontinued, and it took me many years to find this. Like I really went everywhere, Reverb, eBay, whatever. I just couldn't find one at the time. So finally, I found one at one of the websites. One of the it's kind of like Thailand's version of eBay. So I found that someone in Thailand was selling it. I contacted the guy. The guy sent me pictures, the serial number and everything. I had it checked out. I emailed Fender, sent them pictures and all that, verified that this is authentic. And then I went ahead and bought it. I actually took a really big risk because it's not eBay. It's not, you know, like you don't pay through like eBay or whatever. And you know, the guy has no PayPal, so you can't just, I couldn't use PayPal. So basically I have no buyer's protection. So if this guy turns out to be a scammer and I send him the money and just disappeared, I'm done. But I wanted this guitar so much, I was willing to take the gamble. I took a risk. I sent the guy the money first through overseas bank transfer. And thank goodness the guy wasn't a scammer. He sent me the guitar. So here it is, you know, the white one. So the black one was the second one that I bought after the white telly as soon as I started working. And I absolutely love it. I think this is actually the main, so I have this in standard tuning. So this is my main standard tuning guitar that I always play. My white one is in drop B, I believe. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, so this is probably the guitar that I play most. Now I play it most, but it still looks great because I don't really gig. I usually play in my own room, like with aircon. But you could see some, like, you know, it's starting to gloss out a little bit here, you know, where I touch, you know, where my arm is. But yeah, so here it is, the Jim Root Stratocaster. I think I would dare say this is probably my favorite out of all the Jim Root guitars. I think my favorite is the Strat. I think I'm just more of a Strat person than a Jazzmaster or a Tele or whatever. You know, I do love them all, but I think I will say the Strat is probably my favorite. So yeah, moving on to the next one. All right, so now we move on to the Squier Jim Root Telecasters. So this model is actually discontinued. Like, this came out in 2012, and I believe they discontinued it in 2020. So it was like a good 8 years run, but it's discontinued. And yes, I do have like 5 of them. Now I'm not just hoarding guitars for no reason. I bought all these for, you know, for a reason. You know, I wanted to mod them. You know, obviously Squiers are good modding platforms. So yeah, but before that, you know, let's get into the specs. So let me just find one with the stock specs. Yeah, this one has the stock specs. Like, I didn't change anything at all. So it comes in with obviously normal tuners. Obviously it's not locking tuners, and it comes with passive Squier pickups. Everything else the same. Volume knob, three-way pickup selector switch, and hardtail bridge. Oh, one thing I actually forgot to mention this whole time, it's so important, I can't believe I left it out, is they have mahogany bodies. Look, this is probably one of the most important information, and I actually left it out when I did the Fender Squier, the Fender Tele and the Fender Strat. But yeah, all of the Jim Root's guitar do have mahogany bodies. Sorry, I'm not a professional YouTuber, I'm just a fan having fun. So whatever, right? At least I'm telling you now, and you know, you guys probably already know anyway. So you guys didn't really need to. I didn't really need to tell you guys that. But yeah, so okay, so now here comes the difference, right? So this is let's look at the serial number. I guess this is like well, it says 17, but sometimes they use 17 next for 2018. Okay, so this is, let's say it's a 2017 to 2018-ish model. So they started using Indian Laurel. You know, that's when Squier started using Indian Laurel for their guitars. But the ones that were made before that, they actually had rosewood fretboards. So yeah, so both my white ones have the rosewood, and all 3 of my black ones have the Indian Laurel. Now, why that one is so dark, I'll let you guys know later. So yeah, but other than that, you know, this is, you know, basically, well, another difference is I actually put Schaller locking tuners here, but it originally came in, oh my goodness, all of them have the Schaller. Oh, this one doesn't. So it came in like a regular Strat button like this. So I actually changed it to like the shallow style locking tuners just to standardize because all my other guitars have this. But yeah, so this is the stock specs. So the reason why I have like so many of the black ones, apart from the fact that I wanted to modify one, is because I actually originally had one in, I can't remember when, but I originally had one, you know, a black one with the rosewood fretboard. But at the time I wasn't thinking about collecting all the Jimmer guitars. So I actually sold that one away. I thought, oh, well, I don't need it anymore. You know, I don't really play it much anyways. I always play the Fender one. So I sold it away. But obviously, I changed my mind. I wanted to collect every Jimmer guitar. So I bought another back from retail in the store. And this was the one that I received. I actually ordered it online. And this was the one that I received. And this is a newer, like 2019 model. And that was when Squier had changed the logo to this. Let me just flip it. So that was when Squier changed their logo to this one, and you know the by Fender is literally a Fender word. Obviously the older ones have like the Fender logo, and that's not even that's not the bad part. You know, like that's fine. I don't care. The necks on this one feels terrible. Like it's like a very rough, raw wood. Like now it feels better because I've been playing it a lot. But when I first got it, it feels terrible, very rough. It's almost like you're playing on like rough raw wood that wasn't sanded properly, you know. Well, the older ones, they have the necks literally feels exactly like the Fender version. Like, I'm not kidding. And then the Indian Laurel on this one looks really bright, and you know, in my opinion, looks terrible. I don't like it. So that's why I got this one sent to like a professional to have it dyed to have this ebony look. And then for this one, another difference that I really didn't like is the belly cut on like these newer models is a lot bigger, and you see this is so thin right here. You see, look at this, so thin. You can see the older ones, like it's a lot thicker, right? The belly cut is not as big, so you know it's a lot thicker here. So I didn't like that. It just felt weird to me, you know. So I did change the pickups for this one. At the time, this was my only Squier Jimmer at the time. So remember, I changed my Fender, the black Fender Strat pickups to the Demonums. So what happened to the EMG 8160 from that one? So I put it here. So these 8160 pickups were the ones that were originally on my black Strat. But yeah, so I didn't. This guitar just feels weird, and it feels terrible. So I didn't like it. So that's why I went ahead and buy like another black one, you know, to kind of replace it. But I didn't. I guess I didn't really replace it because I still play this one a lot. But you know, so yeah. So as for the white one, this one is from like 2012. So this one is also, it also has almost everything stock. The only difference is obviously the Schaller buttons, and this one I actually put Hipshot tuners on it, Hipshot locking tuners on it. But I did change the tuning pegs to the original one just because like the Hipshot tuners look really weird. Wow, this Squier segment is becoming the longest one. So now again, the reason why I bought so many is because I wanted to modify them. I actually wanted to do one of the black ones. I wanted to, you know, refinish it to silver burst, so I have like a silver burst Squier Telly. Like I did one of the white ones, and you know, I'm a big Boston Celtics fan. Now I don't care if you're a Celtics hater or if you're a hater of, you know, painting your guitars in general, but you know, like Jimmer wants this guitar to be yours, right? Jimmer has always went on the record to say, oh, I want your identity on this guitar, to make this guitar your own or whatever. So I made this guitar my own. So I'm a big Boston Celtics fan, so I went ahead and hand paint, well, not me, I got someone to hand paint a Celtics logo on the body. It looks really good, really cool. And you know, I put EMG 8160 pickups in it. Now these pickups were the ones from my Telly, from, you know, the first one. Remember I had the signed Telly with the EMG Demonums. So the original pickups from those is the ones that's here. So this is the one that's from, yeah, I can actually remember. So this is the one from the Telly, and that's the one from the Strat. But yeah, so rosewood fretboard, you know, really cool. You know, this is probably my favorite one because this is like I really, you know, it's my guitar. You know, like I expect it to what I want it. So I'm probably gonna do one of these, either one. You know, I'm probably gonna refinish it to Silver Burst or something. I don't know. I'm gonna think of something. I just wanted to modify them. So that's why I have so many. So I'm gonna leave one stock, like completely stock with like the original pickups and everything stock. You know, even the tuners, I'm not gonna change. I'm just gonna leave the original ones there. And then the others, I'm just gonna either modify them, do something like this, or refinish, or change the pickups or whatever. I'm just gonna do something to make the guitar completely my own. So yeah, so that's the Squier Jim Root Telecaster. My goodness, this is 8 minutes long. And now we have the Fender Jim Root Jazzmaster. So now I know technically these are two completely different models. These are two different guitars. You know, it's not like the other ones where, oh, it's just one black, one white, but it's the same guitar. This is not. So this is two completely different models on their catalog. But I just decided to just put them together anyways because they're both Jazzmasters. So one is made in America and one is made in Mexico. Actually, that's one more thing that I forgot. I just realized. I remember I forgot the mahogany thing, but that now I just realized I forgot to mention. So the Fender Tele is made in Mexico, and then the Fender Strats are made in America, and you know the Squier Teles, they're all made in China. So keep that in mind. And I forgot all that. You know, again, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm not trying to, you know, be a YouTuber anyways. I'm just a fan that's just trying to have fun, trying to share my collection. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with this Jazzmaster. So firstly, oh my goodness, the white one's gonna fall. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. You know what, I'm just gonna have them both lay down so they don't fall and get destroyed. So we start off with the black one. So this one is made in America, so it has the locking tuners. The specs are pretty much the same as the Strat, you know, 12 to 16 inch radius, compound radius. And this one comes with the EMG A160 pickups, but this one has like the brushed nickel, you know, instead of the black, and I think it's a really good look. That's why I never changed this, you know, and you know, I think it just really suits this look a lot. Very nice, very sleek. And single volume knob, 3-way pickup selector switch, hardtail bridge, mahogany body, remember this time. So yeah, you know, a really cool guitar. Obviously, again, maple fretboard, same thing. I'm not maple fretboard, maple neck. And you know, this is probably my number one drop B guitar. This guitar is in drop B, so this is the guitar that I use mainly, you know, when I play drop B stuff. Ever since I got this like pink Charvel San Dimas, I do have one sandblasted pink Charvel San Dimas. I started using that a lot too. But before that, this was basically the one that I use all the time when I play drop B stuff, just because it's so comfortable to play the contour body. Like, it's not my favorite shape in the world, but for playing, definitely very comfortable. Love it. And now moving on to the white one. So this is called the Jim Root Fender, the Fender Jim Root Jazzmaster V4. So this is a completely different model from that one. It does have the same Jazzmaster shape and all that, and it's called the Jazzmaster, but again, it's different. Okay, so this one's made in Mexico, but it does have the locking tuners. But now here's where the difference between these two comes in. Now, obviously, the headstock is different too. But so this one, it has 12-inch fretboard radius, you know, instead of the compound radius. And this one has block inlays. As you can see, the black one has no inlays at all. And this one also has binding, and this one has the luminlay side dots. So if you're playing somewhere dark, these dots glow up and you can see where you are at. Very cool. Now this Jazzmaster body. So this one came stock with the EMG Demon pickups. These are the first of his guitars that came stock with Demon pickups. So really cool. And then of course, hardtail bridge, 3-way pickup selector switch, and single volume knob, mahogany body, same thing. So really cool. So this is actually, so the black one came out in 2014. Again, I haven't started working then, so I didn't have money to buy it at the time. But I'll admit this is the first one where it's really not my dream guitar. I've never liked the Jazzmaster body at the time until now that. Hold up. That's not Slipknot. No, hold up. Sorry to be distracted, but the advertisement is annoying. I want to hear some Slipknot, man. Come on. All right. So, obviously, this came out again. This is 2014, so I didn't have money then. And I didn't. This wasn't my dream guitar. I never wanted this. It wasn't until I decided to collect all the Jim Root guitars. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy the Jazzmaster, and that's when I realized this shit is actually really, really comfortable, and it became like the main drop B guitar that I've been playing. But this is the first guitar that I actually, really waited on. Like this guitar came out in, I think, 2019 or 2020. Hold up, it was 2020. So, I think Jim Root might have hinted like they're going to do this, and I think maybe around 2019. And now this is the first guitar that I've, heard of, waited, pre-ordered, or whatever. Like all these I got them obviously years after they came out. So this is the first one that I got them as soon as they came out. This is the one that I've been waiting for. Oh, NAMM announced this guitar. I can't wait for it. And waited months and months, and finally got it. So this is the first guitar that I've waited from like start to finish, from like the day that they were announced to the day that it came out. So really cool. It's a really special one. Now it's not exactly the best build. Like the neck honestly feels horrible. But that's not Jim's fault, and that I don't know. I don't think it's people like to say like, oh, Mexican fenders are not as good as the USA ones or whatever. The craftsmanship not as good. I think it really depends on the individual one, because I do have American fenders that are made extremely terribly, and I do have Mexican fenders. Like my Fender Tele, they were made perfect, almost flawless. But this particular one is not the best example. The neck feels very, there's like, it's smooth now because I played it so much, but it came really, really rough, and I can still feel like sand grains on it. Like, you can still feel like a dot here, a dot here, a dot here. Like, it feels like there's sand on it, like, I don't know, just not the best experience. But it's still a really good guitar, and I still enjoy playing it a lot. And it definitely looks visually beautiful. So these are the Jim Root Jazzmasters. All right, so now we're at the latest models, the Charvels. So this is the Charvel Jim Root San Dimas. So this is the latest one. It just came out less than a year ago, like 10 months ago. And these were actually, obviously it was hinted and leaked way before that, but officially this was unveiled last June 2022 was when Charvel came out and said, oh yeah, we're gonna have Charvel Jim Root signature models. So as soon as they announced it, now again, obviously we knew way before then that this was gonna happen, because Jim Root posted pictures of him, his Guitar Tech posted pictures of him, there's news everywhere. But so as soon as Charvel officially announced it and put him out for pre-order, I did it. So I went ahead to my local Fender dealer, Charvel dealer, same thing. And I made pre-orders, for both colors. And, most stores in the States, the UK, Canada, they got them in August 2022, as soon as, the release date happened. But for me, obviously, I live in Singapore, as like the other side of the globe. So I had to wait another 85 years. And I ended up only getting them in February 2023. So I got them like 6 months later than everyone else. But it's fine, better late than never. Here they are. These are the newest. I only had these for 4 months now. And I'll say these are absolutely amazing. I usually hate Floyd Rose, and I still do, but these are amazing. I think, honestly, like I said, that like the Strat is my favorite, favorite Jim Root model. Sorry. But if you're saying playing, I think the Charvels are my favorite. I think these are my favorite to play. Like, they feel, in my opinion, the best. Like, the Charvel necks are just some of the best necks I've ever played in my entire life, and that's not me being exaggerated or sarcastic or whatever. I really do love it. So during the period when they came out with like the two Jazzmasters, that was when Jim Root started shying away from the maple boards. He stopped using maple boards. If you watch all your live videos since then, you know, he doesn't really use maple board guitars. So that's when they discontinued the Strat with the maple board, the Tele with the maple board, and the two Jazzmaster that came out obviously only had ebony options, you know, no maple options. But now Jim is back to using maple boards, so now we're back to, you know, kind of like the original Tele and the Strats. We're back to having two colors with two different fretboards. So this time we have the black with the maple fretboard and the white with the ebony fretboard. And look at them, they're so cool. I do wonder sometimes what they look like flipped. I'm not gonna do it, I'm too lazy for that shit, but I do wonder what they look like flipped. If someone did it, please send it to me, I wanna see. Send me pictures. But yeah, it looks really great. And the black one obviously looks very similar to the one that he used during the Subliminal tours. So it's really cool, you know, to have something that looks like, you know, something that he's used so many years ago. So specs. All right, let's get to specs. Oh yeah, so these are made in Mexico, but they're absolutely amazing. They feel great, almost flawless. I don't feel any flaws. I don't see any flaws anywhere. They feel great. Obviously, I need to clean this one. Shit, the frets on this one is tarnished. I haven't really touched this one much, but I'll start working on this one. So specs. It came with Charvel locking. Oh my goodness. I want to hear Slipknot. I don't want to hear no advertisements. Come on, man. All right, so Charvel locking tuners. And it has the Floyd Rose. Obviously, this is the Floyd Rose. I think this is the 1500, if I'm not wrong, with the, you know, stainless steel parts. And it has the locking nut. So now, the general specs is the same, you know, maple necks, mahogany body, three-way pickup selector switch, volume knob, single volume knob, and these came stock with EMG Demon pickups. So the black one has the zebra color, and then the white one has this white, all white pickup, you know, and this is exclusive. Like, you can't buy this from EMG. Like, if you go to EMG's website, you can only buy the zebra or the all black. So this white one is exclusive for this guitar. The only way you can get these pickups is if you buy this guitar, or if, you know, someone bought this guitar and, you know, took it out and sold it in the aftermarket or whatever. But otherwise, this is the only place that you can get this white one, and it looks really cool. You know, it looks really clean. Really love it. So I do remember originally Jim's prototype. He had like the pickup selector switch, like it was flipped, you know, like the volume knob was a little higher and this was like a little below. It kind of like how his Strats are set up, you know. But he has said that he found that to be a problem because the whammy bar, you know, the Floyd Rose whammy bar is blocking when he's trying to change the pickups. So that's why he actually contacted Charvel to have him like switch it, and they did. So that's why we have this setup now, and it's a lot easier to change the pickups, change between pickups, and not have the bar like get in your way. So that's really cool. So this black one I really play a lot. Like, you could see it's starting to wear out a little bit. You can see, obviously, I rest my arm here a lot when I play, because I really play this a lot, and there are some like dings and scratches already. Now this is the one that I don't really play. I'm definitely gonna start playing this more, but this, I don't really play this one much, so it still looks pretty much brand new. And obviously the frets need some cleaning, but this one is still clean. You know, so yeah, this is amazing. I love these guitars a lot. So yeah, so this is the Jim Root Charvel San Dimas, and you know, it's just really cool. You know, now I'm not trying to be Jim Root. You know, I'm not Jim Root for sure, obviously. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, why are you, you know, getting all these Jim Root guitars? You know, you should be your own guy. You know, stop trying to be Jim Root. No, I'm not trying to be Jim Root. I'm not, you know, I'm just a really big fan of Jim Root, and I'm just, you know, when I'm a big fan of someone, I just collect their gear. You know, I collect all his guitars. I have a few of his masks. Probably should have brought them out to show it, but I don't know where they are now. They're like deep in my storeroom. But You know, it's like how I'm a Celtics fan, so I have like all the Celtic player jerseys. Like you're not gonna say, "Oh, don't buy a Celtics jersey. Like you should be your own man, get your own team." No, that's not how it works, right? You still buy their jerseys to support them. So similarly, I'm just buying all these guitars, you know, as a support to my favorite guitar player, and you know, I just really love them. You know, like a lot of people were on my mentions in the last video that I made, and even on Instagram here and there, you know, calling me out like, "Oh, why are you getting all these? Like you're trying to be Jim Root. Like you should be your own guy. You should be your own player." You know, no, like, I'm just a big fan that loves to collect stuff. You know, I don't play all my Jim Root guitars exclusively. Like there's a few that I always play, like this one, the Black Jazzmaster I play a lot, the Strat I play a lot. You know, but I do have other guitars that's not Jim Root associated at all that I play even more. You know, I have my pink sandblasted Charvel San Dimas that I always play, and I have my what do you call that? Angus Young SG that I always play a lot too. You know, like these are not Jim Root guitars, but I play them a lot. I love them. So, you know, it's okay to collect what you like, and you know, this is not a video to show off, to tell everybody, "Oh, I have all these guitars, wow." Okay, I guess it kind of show offy, but the main point is I just want to share my collection to other Jim Root fans out there. And you know, some people, you know, are not fortunate as me. I've been very fortunate to be able to buy all these stuff and collect, but there are people out there who are not as fortunate. Unfortunately, they couldn't get these guitars. So I just want to show you guys, you know, to let you guys have a feel of what it's like to have these guitars. You know, kind of like the same thing I did with my vlogs, with the Knotfest vlogs. So like, "Oh, why are you doing," you know? So you know, not everybody's as lucky as me to be able to go and see Slipknot, you know, Knotfest or whatever. So I just wanted to make videos so people that are not as fortunate as me can experience it. You know, it's almost like they're joining me on this journey just to see all this together. You know, so they can experience it. You know, they might not be able to see it there live, but through these videos that we make, you know, I'm just hoping that, you know, they could, you know, I could share this experience with them. So yeah, that's really what this is about. You know, I just want to share my collection, you know. But yeah, so this is it. This is all my Jim Root guitars and Jim Root stuff. So yeah, this is a really long ass video. The Squire one really wasted a lot of time, and this ending speech that I'm making wasted a lot of time too. But for the ones who watched to the end, man, thank you guys so much. Well, thanks everyone who watched this, even if you just watched 1 minute. But if you really watched from the start to the finish till this point, man, really thank you guys, man. You guys really, man, thanks for the support. So once again, thank you guys for watching. This is Bass3177 here, signing out. Have a great one.